Rumpelstulskin. There was once a miller who had a pretty daughter. One day the king's cook came to his miller to buy flour. The miller boasted to him, "My daughter is so talented that she can even spin straw into gold." The cook quickly went back to the castle and told about this. Now the king loved gold more than anything else, so he called Miller's daughter at once. He put her in a room with spinning wheel and a heap of straw. "If you don't spin this all straw into gold," the king told her, "you shall die tomorrow." Then she sat down alone and wept. Suddenly a dwarf came with a thin legs, opened the door and entered. "What will you give me if I spin these all straw for you?" "You can take my necklace," she said. She replied. The dwarf took the necklace. He sat down and started to spin the straw into gold. The whir went the wheel, and round it went. Next morning, the king saw the gold. He was pleased.
He became greedier.
So he took her in a bigger room filled with straw and said, If you will not turn the straw into gold, you shall die tomorrow." Again she sat down in the room and cried. The dwarf appeared again and asked, "What will you give me if I turn these
straw into gold?"
"Take my ring from my finger, little one," she said. "That is all I have."
He took the ring and sat down.
The spinning wheel.
The next day,
the king saw eyes
sparkle at the sight of the gold.
Now
he wanted
even more. So he took her
to a stable
where all
the straws were piled. And he said, "Spin this all straw into gold, and you can marry my son."
Marry a young prince. As soon the king left, the dwarf entered.
This time he asked for something. But she left with nothing.
"I have nothing left."
He said,
"Then you must give me your first child."
She had to save her life.
She had to save her life.
So she promised.
So she promised.
This time, when the king saw the gold, he was overjoyed.
Then wedding took palace that very day.
About a year later, the princess had a lovely son. She forgot all about her promise. But one fine day, the little dwarf hopped into Princess' room. Oh, said, "Now you must give me what you promised." The princess was terrified. She offered him all the richness, but the dwarf wanted only the child.
She cried so much that the dwarf took
Pity on her. All right then, tell me my name in 3 days and you can keep the child with you. Now what happened? Let's see. The princess tried to come up with names. She made a long list from A to Z, like abracus, dawdlefolk, and many other names. What sort of name does the dwarf have? She started thinking. When she read the list of the dwarf, she started laughing. She sent the messengers all through the kingdom, from house to house. The next day, when the dwarf came, she said, "Is your name Sprindlegs or Google-neck or Strimble-hank?" But the dwarf laughed and said, "No, you have just 1 day left and your child will be mine." On the 3rd day, the princess went up to the tower, looking and searching for the names. What she saw? She saw a messenger running towards the kingdom. And the messenger said, "Your Majesty, I saw a one-shot man with very thin legs and he was singing a song. Today I will bake a sugar cake. Soon a little child I will take, for never will a royal dame. No, Rumpelstulskin is my name. No, Rumpelstulskin is my name. No, Rumpelstulskin is my name." Now the princess got the name. So the name of little dwarf is
Rumpelstulskin.
So as soon as the dwarf entered, the princess said very smartly, "Is your name Tom? Is your name Potato Head?" He said, "No." He said, "Little dwarf, is your name Rumpelstulskin?"
She proudly said.
And the dwarf shook his head in anger and left the palace and never came
to the palace again.